Hi everyone, this is Severe. Welcome to the second part in the ORU chat series. In the last video, we looked at the basic features of ORU chat. Today, we'll look through some more advanced features. So in the bottom of the chat window, you've got this area where you type in your message and you've got this arrow. On the phone, it looks slightly different, but very similar. You've still got the arrow. Now, we won't go through the phone in this video. We'll just go through the desktop. So if you hit the arrow to the left of where you type in your message, you'll get a menu pop up and you've got a whole series of selections. So let's go through them one at a time. So the first one is send a file. So if you click send a file, you'll get this dialog appearing which asks you to either drop your files to upload or click here. If you clicked here, you'll get a browse window and you can go and select your file, or you can just simply drag and drop your file there. Once you do that, then the recipient will get an icon which allows them to download that file to their desktop. This again is for desktop only. Again, if you click the arrow to the left of where you type, you'll get the menu and you'll have a second selection, which is handwrite a message. And it opens the following dialog here. You've got a few tools there, which is pencil eraser, the width of the pencil, color, and delete. So simply handwrite your message. Works well if you've got a stylus and a tablet, and you'll get a handwritten message, which you can then click on this arrow to send. The next selection is share my screen. So if you selected that, then you can select which screen or application window you want to share, and then simply click the share button. You'll get a notification in your chat feed which shows that you've successfully shared your screen, and the recipient has to click on join the share, and then they will see your shared screen. The next selection is send a sticker. So if you click that, you'll get a series of sticker sets. You can scroll through them with the left arrow or the right arrow, and then scroll through a set and select a particular sticker, and then it will appear in your chat feed. The next selection is voice note. If you select that, you get this dialog, which allows you to simply hit the record button. The timer will time, and you can speak into your microphone to record a voice note, and then simply hit the stop button when you're done. It will then process and then create an MP3 file, which it then sends to the recipient. If they click on that MP3 file, they'll get a dialog like this, in which case they can play the message, change the volume, or if they hit these three dots, they'll get the download icon here, and they can download that MP3 file to their desktop. If you scroll down through the selection below voice note, you'll get two more selections, which is share a whiteboard and collaborative documents. Share a whiteboard will pop open a message to your recipient, which will ask them to click here to view the whiteboard. You can do this obviously not just to single people, but if you were doing this in a group, you'd be sharing a whiteboard that many people can collaborate with. They would all get a whiteboard dialog appear, which says that it's loading first, and then the whiteboard would appear. Now, there are a couple of icons here you can see in the whiteboard. Let's go through each of them. So the first one is the pencil tool. So you can draw on the whiteboard. The next one is the move tool. So if you select what you drew, everything that is connected gets highlighted, and then you can simply drag that anywhere on the screen. The third icon is the color wheel. So obviously you can change your color, change the hue of the color, and change the opacity or the transparency of the color. And as you can see here, we've changed to red. And then the last icon is clear drawing. If you click on that, you first get a dialog which asks you, are you sure? You can cancel if you're not sure, or if you click OK, it will delete everything on that drawing, and it'll delete it for everyone. And the last and final selection is collaborative document. If you click on that, opens up a document with the usual text tools, and it'll show you how many people are collaborating on that document. And as each person types, they will each have their own individual color, so you can track who is contributing to that document. And under the settings tab here, you can save a document under various different types. Well, that ends the desktop tools under the arrow next to where you type. Next time we will go through the phone, but just before I do that, there's one final thing that we haven't touched on, which is if you select a person from your chat recent list or contacts or even groups, you can go and look at a couple of selections next to them, and they are as follows. View profile, so you can look at their profile. You can block a user, and I'll go through that in detail. You can view their chat history. You can clear the conversation, which clears that whole history, or you can report the conversation if someone is using inappropriate language or behavior or whatever. You can report that to ORU to possibly get them banned or removed from the system. Now let's go through blocking a user. So if you wanted to temporarily block a user, you would simply select block a user, and then you would get a dialog which says, are you sure you want to block that user? You go, okay, and the system lets you know that the user has been blocked. Then, of course, if you can go back to the settings icon and scroll all the way down, you will then have a blocked users, and you'll have a 1 there, or obviously higher if you've blocked several users. If you click on that icon, you will get a list of all the users that you have blocked. If you click on a particular user, you can then unblock them, and then they will appear back in your list. So next video, we'll look at the phone interface. Again, it has an arrow and a few other icons, and we'll go through what they do in detail in the next video.